The Honourable Member for Edmonton Mill Woods, followed by the Honourable Member for Lethbridge West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It was recently announced that Alberta's minimum wage is increasing April 1st to $8.80 per hour, up from current $8.40. My question is to the Minister of Employment and Immigration. My constituency of Edmonton Millwoods is wondering, how is the minimum wage determined by your ministry?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Back in 2007, this government decided that the minimum wage should be linked to Alberta's average weekly earnings. And in 2008, these earnings increased by about 5%. And this increase will bring Alberta's minimum wage to a rounded figure, as the Honourable Member indicated, to $8.80 per hour. And this rate will, at least temporarily, place us second highest amongst all provinces, but it's my understanding that other provinces are also adjusting theirs, where we'll be in the middle of the pack.
The Honourable Member.
To the same Minister, we're already hearing from at least one business association that says its members now have to completely revise their budgets with less than a month's notice. Is this fair, Mr. Minister?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this increase to the minimum wage should not come as a surprise to anyone. We have not changed or might not wavered from a system that has been in place for a couple of years now. Our policy calls for the minimum wage to be reviewed every year, and that they would be indexed to the weekly earnings, with any change to take effect on April 1st. And I re-emphasize that was to happen every year. So in doing so, Mr. Speaker, we ensure that new entrants to our workforce are entitled to an entry-level rate of pay that strikes a fair balance between the workers and the business community.
The Honourable Member.
Again to the same Minister, when some say that the minimum wage is too low and should be a living wage, and others say it's too high and could create layoffs, can you please explain, who are we to believe?
Find an answer to that. It's not a question.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the member is quite right that we regularly hear from a number of small business and retail associations that suggest raising minimum wage might cause hardships for companies trying to make ends meet. And the opposite happens on the other side, where labour associations, social agencies repeatedly suggest that minimum wages should be higher. We're sensitive to both of this, and we're trying to strike a fair balance.